Hey folks. So the other day I went to the petrol station and unfortunately I was a passerby of a guy that's car wasn't starting. I saw some gas jockeys helping him out at the time and I had to go inquire as if I could help. This poor soul was standing there and his battery terminal came completely off. It was a 1 millimeter thick piece of copper that snapped. The battery terminal was connected to some fuse. So first of all, I did not understand how that thing failed and how it snapped. Because that is a static object in the motor which doesn't take any force. I looked at the motor and I figured out that this guy's mechanic wasn't even putting the bolts back on the terminals. So I thought maybe there are no bolts on the mounts of the car. And while he's driving and stopping and starting, the engine was shaking. And that is obviously a weak point which would fail before anything else. That was my first issue. Second of all, how are we going to repair this guy's car? They thought of cable ties, but that would not stop the terminal from deviating in the x-axis. So luckily the petrol attendant Devon, I don't know if his name is Devon, he had a name tag named Devon. These guys have name tags which they do not look like. I'm not stereotyping, but anyway, David had a brilliant idea. He thought that we could just tie the terminal back together to the fuse with speaker wire. I had speaker wire, he had a lighter, so we could strip the wires and we would proceed with this only plan that we had, the Mcguyver plan. My only issue with this idea was that that battery is 12 volts. Audio cables can only transfer 10 amps. If you want to put the lights on, it was nighttime, you want to put the lights on, it required 8.3 amps. And it was raining, it's winter. If you decide to put on your wiper motor, it requires 2 to 4 amps. So at minimum, for this car to be safe on the road, it required 10.3 amps, which was 0.3 amps above maximum capacity. Anyway, we decided to proceed. I told Devin, these wires are too thin, they are going to burn out, they're going to fail before this guy even leaves the parking lot. Devin proceeded to wrap the wire numerous times to increase the surface area so that more contact is made and it can transfer more amperage before failing. I truly hope this guy makes it home because if it starts raining or if he decides to sing a song while he's driving, his motor will shut off. The wires will burn out. This was the most funniest experience I've had.